So welcome and Happy New Year, Grey Highlands. I want to let you know that we have an excellent new council that is already working hard to make great things happen in Grey Highlands. Present it to Barry Penhill and Jane Gibson in appreciation of the dedicated service to the Municipality of Grey Highlands. And on behalf of council and myself, I'd like to present this to you today.
The book I'm defending is Moon of the Crusted Snow by Waukesha Rice. The reason you should vote for Moon of the Crusted Snow is because it's a very timely, let's say, apocalyptic fable set in a remote, isolated northern First Nations community.
My favorite part of it is watching the families come together and playing together and meeting new friends and just coming out and having a good time. And it seems to bring everybody's happy feeling out for this cold winter and that. So that's the best part of the day for me.
Today we also celebrate the legacy she has left. A legacy she left while helping to shape this nation.
But it is my honor today to give you just a little snapshot of the life of another notable woman, Geraldine Robinson, who touched so many lives in the village of Flesherton, surrounding communities, Grey County and beyond, and for whom I have a great fondness and respect.
Well, the Municipality of Grey Highlands has been really helpful this year. They've really jumped in with both feet and helping out with all sorts of organizational aspects of it. We wanted to put up a screened area for kids, that kids-only fishing area, and they helped out by putting in the poles and the snow fence around it to outline it, and they brought in porta potties and garbage cans and barricades and so on, and so they really have done a great job for us.
For 2019, the second annual Home Show, we're delighted to have added the Flesherton Farmers Market as well as a speaker stage where visitors have an opportunity to meet builders and learn things about building, home renovation and home design. We've also added a lot of outdoor exhibits this year, including fire trucks, old cars, tiny homes, live wood carving, and we've got some great food trucks for local food flavor as well.
What would Americans find interesting in the post-war period? And then, of course, it hit me. Here's the anvil falling out of the sky. There was a royal wedding in the fall of 1947.
I was always been weirdly fascinated. What is this thing called story? And there's something in stories that goes very deep and you can't put your finger on it.
Welcome to Priceville for another Canada Day celebration.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land.
It's interesting because, I think if you look back in your families, there was a hero in your life too. And sometimes we didn't realize it until much later on, just what an impact. Because I would say that no one has had more influence in my life than my grandfather, Billy Bishop. And that's remarkable because he died when I was 3 years old.
As I began collecting the ephemera of the 19th century, that is, its commercial, social, and cultural documents, I came to realize that if I did not have an understanding of the woman who came to be the centerpiece of the era to which she lent her name, I would really not have a grasp of any other aspect of the Victorian period.
On your shoulder and run. Good. Drop it on the grass. It's a 1941 Dodge, all original except for the color. I've had it for 45 years and go to a lot of car shows.
And it's a 1939 LaSalle S&S carved-sided coach. It was built in Cincinnati, Ohio by the Sayers and Scroville Company, which are still in business today. We got it in 1999. Took us almost 10 years to restore it, so it's been back on the road since 2009.
The Christopher book actually has already sold more copies than all the rest of my books put together, except for Trench Warrior, my first book.
My name is Eva, and I'm part of Nima Child Project from Uganda, and I work with Nima Children's Choir. And the main reason why we come to Canada is to create awareness of the hardships faced and experienced by the Ugandan youth and children.
We thought very long and hard for a unique theme for this year's fair. And if you haven't seen this year's fair book, we chose to recognize our country heroes.
My name is Marty Wellwood. I'm executive member with Fletcher and Minor Baseball, and I'm one of the conveners for the tournament this weekend, the WOBA Pee Wee Tier 1 year-end tournament.
2012, I was actually the junior ambassador, so I've done most of the stuff already, and I loved it. Like, it was great, and the people are awesome. It's such a great environment to be around. They're very positive and uplifting. It makes you feel good about yourself and the community that you live in.
Quilts tell many stories. Although it is an ancient art, quilting always has had special significance for North American women. Recently, social historians have studied quilts just as they do diaries and letters to learn about life among the pioneer families of early North America and the western frontiers.
And so she gave her this quilt, and she said it was to filter back to Bill because he helped make it. Oh. So that's the story of the quilt.
So a year ago, a group of us got together to put a video together, a submission to Pioneers Here's to Hometown contest. We were chosen to go on to the voting round, and from there it got posted on social media and everyone got to vote. We were honored to be voted as a winner. There was two $50,000 prizes in Ontario and two over Quebec and the Eastern provinces.
Robert, I would say this has turned out to be a very successful night. I was manning the station over at Fire and Ice, and we had 62 people bring in their completed forms. It left with a book in their hands, very happy, smiles on their faces, smiles all the way through. I think what has happened here is pretty special.
So the event's just to raise awareness and to facilitate some community engagement and just discussions around fire safety, and really just to get the families out and talking about their home escape plans, and also just to raise awareness about smoke and CO legislation.
So my dad's story is a wonderful excuse to have all those voices pour out of the shelves in my office and become a book, Rush to Danger. So that's what I'm going to kind of give you a taste of tonight, is some of the stories, including my father's, that I've gathered.
Salute!
Month before Christmas and through the high land, the snowplows were spreading their salt and their sand.
When council were tucked all in their beds with visions of projects that danced through their heads. Peace, love, goodwill, and hope burning bright. Merry Christmas to all, and all a good night.
Great night.
Oh, great night. joining us this evening as we celebrate our Grey Highlands community and sharing this moment as we light our municipal Christmas tree.